Hey everyone. In the last meeting, I've shown you how to organize your code into three different sections where you separate your HTML from your CSS or your style sheet and your programs in a JavaScript file. And previously, remember that I have also, uh, in the past video, explained the difference between local storage and session storage. Now, in this video, we are going to use session storage in order to simplify generation of modal responses. What are modal responses? They are functions that you generate when a modal is fired or popped up and the user has choosing making a choice on the pop-up. Now, previously we have this in our code where we listen to the close event of the modal dialog and then get to fire or rather activate the response in the on close event. So the problem with this is there are two different locations, especially if there is a confirmation required. You will have to identify two different locations to generate a response in the on close of the confirm cancel dialog or on in the on close of the dialog are you sure, which generates the confirmation. Uh, the problem with this is you have two different places to generate the response, and as long as your code becomes more and more complicated, it will be more difficult to maintain and will be more difficult to look for a bug, especially if you have two different places. Ideally, we would like to place or generate all responses into one place. So, however, we can alleviate that by using uh, session storage. Remember that session storage are like local variables to a session, where every session will have its own unique key value pairs or variables and value pairs of variables and values. We can use that to store like local variables in a program or local variables in a session so that we'll be able to generate responses to a model. So uh, before everything, I'd like to include in the beginning, okay, a global function which is used to establish my session storage. Okay. So in the beginning, I will have to initialize my session storage. Okay. I will create a function called init session. Here it is. Na? So in this function, I'm initializing three session variables or key value pairs. First, the question. Okay, this will store the question that is generated by the dialog confirm cancel, and the other is the session variable answer, which generates whether confirm or cancel the answer to the DLG confirm cancel dialog, and then the answer to the yes no are you sure dialog is called confirmation and it is set to a default of no. Okay, and then during deletion we will store the item number, okay, of the item to be deleted. So we are going to use another local storage, or rather a session storage for that called item no. Okay, and then since I have initialized my session variables in the beginning of my main body, I'll have to call init session. What I'd like to do is to put all my responses into one place so that if I'm going to do debugging, I'm just going to go to that location. So for example, in this case, I'm going to to create a function called generate response. Okay, generate response. I have already prepared a function. Let me before let me just show that to you. It's like this. Okay, okay. So look at this. This is a much simpler approach where all the responses to modal dialogues are stored in just one function called uh, generate response. What are we going to do? First, we are going to retrieve the values of the question using session storage get item. And we are going to store them to local variables question, answer, confirmation, and item no. Question will get the value of the original question asked by DLG confirm cancel. And the answer is stored in the local variable answer. And of course, it's derived from the local storage, rather session storage called answer. The confirmation, whether yes or no, the second confirmation, will be stored in this variable, also from the session storage called confirmation. Okay, let me remark, comment out the console first. And then here's how we generate the responses. If the question is clear the cart, okay, and the answer is confirmed, and the confirmation is yes, we'll just init cart and show cart. So imagine how much simpler it is, no? If the question is clear cart and the answer is confirmed and the confirmation is yes, then we will initialize the cart and show the cart. As simple as that, no? Now we have a second question. If the question is a delete item and the answer is confirmed, then we'll just delete the item by the cart that splice and item no being also taken from as local, or rather a session variable. Then we show cart and the delete item number input will be initialized to a blank. So take note that in the second question, which is delete the item, we don't have a second confirmation, so we only need to check the answer, whether it's confirmed or cancelled. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. Now we have to change our event handlers. For example, let's start with the event handler for uh, the confirm button. Okay, here it is. No, this is the confirm button. So instead of saying uh, uh, DLG confirm return value, we'll just say session storage dot set item, okay, which is the answer to confirm. Now it's stored in the session variable. Okay, we can leave the last line as it is, and then for the BTN cancel, we can just also set the answer to cancel. We're just setting up the session variables. The answer is cancel. Okay. And then for the BTN yes, this is the confirmation. So the confirmation is set to yes. Because this is, are you sure? No? The confirmation is set to yes. Now, for the BTN no, we also set the session storage to no. The key, which is the key of which is confirmation. Okay. Now we have that. No. So we have this. We now set, instead of storing the result to the return variables, we are going to store them into a session storage. Okay, it will not matter because that session storage is independent for each session. Now the modal dialog itself, here it is. No, so first we were asking for the the clear the cart. This is where we clear the cart. Okay, so we'll set the question by saying session storage set item. The question is, okay, we can say clear the cart. Okay, like that, no? And then, okay, we'll set the answer already. Okay, since we know the answer is already confirmed at this point. Okay, we can set the answer already at this point. No? We'll move it here. It's much safer to be here. We move here. Okay. and then we'll copy the answer. Okay. The answer to the question is RST, the variable result. Okay. Okay. If it is confirmed, okay, we'll call uh, because this is the part which has a confirmation, okay, we will call the show modal of the confirmation, which is DLG. Are you sure? No. Now in this case, the second one is the delete question. Okay. If the question is a delete, okay, what we will do is we will set the question. No, we'll transfer this. No. By the way, I think this is wrong. We'll transfer the question here. Okay. Okay. For the second one, okay, we will set the question to delete the item. Okay, let's do that. Okay, and then uh, we'll not have to do this anymore because this will be done by our generate response function. We'll store the variable x as item number. Okay, set item now. It's the variable x. Okay, okay, that's what we do, and then we will call generate response. Like that. Now, where will we generate the response of clear the cart? Here in this message. Okay, do you follow? Okay, where we set the confirmation, the session variable. We can remove this already because this is not needed. We just say set as session storage set item confirmation RST, which is either yes or no, and then we will call, of course, generate response. Okay, so this makes our code much simpler. We'll remove this now because it will be taken charge. Look at that. Our handlers are much shorter because we don't have to do computations here. All the computations are in the generate response function. Okay, let's save this. Okay. And let me run the shopping cart. Okay, in Google Chrome. Okay, so let's view the page. Okay, so we don't have, and we have shopping cart 7. So now we have the session storage set, and we also have the generate response. We should have the generate response function. Okay, let me check. Yes, we have the generate response function. Okay, and then let us check for errors by inspecting the code. Luckily, we don't have errors. Okay, so now let us test this. We'll add item. We'll add hot dog. We'll add toothpaste. We'll add noodles. Okay, and then let's try to delete the item, the second item. Okay, so delete item hot dog. Yes, it deletes. Now let's clear the cart. Confirm. No. Let's clear the cart again. Confirm. Yes. And basically we have the same result with a much simpler source code. That's the advantage with using uh, local storage. Okay, let's look at the code again. So we have we initialize the session where we have four session storage variables: the question, the answer, the confirmation, and the item number. Now in the close event of the dialogues, we just have to set this session storage. Like for example, in the cancel, the answer is set to cancel. In the button confirm, the answer is set to confirm. In the button yes, in the confirmation is set to yes. In the button no, the confirmation is set to no. Now in the close dialog, we're going to set the question. Okay. Instead of in the button dialog, we set the answers, and in the close dialog, we set the question. Now, if you have a confirmation in the session storage, uh, we set the session storage of confirmation to RST, whether yes or no. And that gives us a much simpler event handler because we will have all the responses in one function. Okay? Such that if the question is clear the cart, we will do this. If the question is delete the item, we will do this. If we have other questions, we'll just put them here. And it will be much easier to trace and to debug. It's healthier coding in short. I hope you got my point. No? This is an approach, a programming approach that is available to everyone. It's just like using a local variable in a plain programming language. Uh, that's all for now, and see you in the next videos.